I worked for a company called Lycos.com for 7.5 years, and while I made a lot of money and I had the fancy title, what was lacking was lifestyle. I was working 80 to 100 hours a week. I was traveling all the time. Even when I was home, I wasn't home. So that job actually ended in divorce. After that, I founded a few companies, and between the divorce process and the companies that I was running, my six-figure bank account was dwindling. By the time we found CyberWize, I was down to pretty much zero.
2 years ago, it was really tough.
We went through periods of extreme hardship, extreme financial hardship.
We had our lights cut off.
What I would do to kind of keep the stress level low for Trina is I'd wait till she went to sleep, and then I would go and park the cars differently. I'd park, the borrowed car in front of her car so that, if the repo man came to get it, he'd have to really work for that car.
We were dying inside because we had no idea really how we were going to pay this rent.
And then what I'd do is I would set my alarm clock so I'd wake up a few minutes before Trina did. That way I could run outside and reposition the cars like they were when she went to bed so she would never know the difference.
And so this is the circumstance that we were in as we were building our CyberWize business. But constantly building this business, following the system, it really does work. And as you can see, things are totally different now. It would have been simple for me to get another job, but the type of jobs that I would have gotten would have meant that I would have lived my life exactly the same way I did the first time. And sometimes in life you get what's called a do-over, a second chance. And I knew that if I went about it the exact same way I did it the first time, go get a corporate job, be a high-ranking executive, I'd have the same scenario. 80 to 100 hours a week, traveling all the time, and maybe lose my new family. And so CyberWize was an opportunity for me to do it better, to be able to create a great lifestyle, a fantastic lifestyle for my family, and still have my family with me at the end of the rainbow.
Just being my own boss instead of having a boss, no alarm clock. No one is going to tell me when it's time to take a break. And now I no longer have that stress. I'm my own boss. I make my own rules. I abide by those rules, and I'm just able to live an extraordinary life. I don't answer to anybody at all.
The other thing about being your own boss, we have absolutely no office politics. I don't miss the office politics. We don't. No traffic jams, no rush. No rush hour traffic. A traffic jam is if we meet at this spot heading in two different directions in the house. So it's a very short commute, about 5 seconds up the stairs.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out how many cash cows we're gonna need. Okay, excellent. And then what I'll do is I'll get back to you and I'll let you know so you can go pick those up for me. All right, bud? Fantastic. That's gonna be excellent. Oh yeah, we've got a whole lot of people. Awesome. I'm out in Detroit. I just got back from Detroit. I had a great title. I had a prestigious job. I was vice president of a hot company. We were always on television. It had a lot of prestige, a lot of glamour, a lot of, status associated with it. But what I've really learned that is a valuable life lesson is that lifestyle beats a title any day of the week. But with this business, with CyberWize, I've got a phenomenal lifestyle. I've got a great income. All the things that I would have with that title, except the stress, except the travel, and except the being away from my family. I'm here with my wife. I'm here with my son, and that's worth more than a fancy title any day of the week.
$20,000, $30,000 a month. First of all, I only thought that people in a high-profile industry could make that. I never thought it was for me. It changes where you go. It changes the type of people that you're affiliated with. It changes my son's environment. And just the other day I was having a conversation with my son, and I had to let him know he's just so blessed because I never lived in a house like this when I was a little girl. I never had a pool in my backyard when I was a little girl. And $20,000, $30,000 a month for his 7th birthday, his request was he wanted a limo ride. He wanted a shopping spree. And, he wanted all of his friends to go with him. And because we had that type of income, we did not have to look at the checkbook. We told him, Peyton, you're a great boy. You're very respectful. You get good grades, no problem. $20,000 or $30,000 a month can do a completely different job than any pharmaceutical sales rep job or vice president job could ever do, because we were there. We were present the entire party. It makes a difference.